Well, what can I say? I have come to the end of the road testing all these various setups. I mean, I've had water pish into my wellies. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm bored now of testing this. So I will now run over with you the numbers and findings that I have found. Then I'm going to put all this stuff away. I've got other projects that I want to be getting on with. I've had enough of this one. Allow me to bring the whiteboard to you. Can't even get it all in the shot, mostly. So, a lot of people had said that the heat exchanger being attached to the exhaust was making a difference, and I can confirm that it doesn't really make a great difference. So, with no exhaust, that's absolutely no silencer, no exhaust, no nothing, I got 4.95 kilowatts. With the heat exchanger attached, not doing anything, just in line being a restriction in exhaust, I got 4.8, and with no heat exchanger but normal exhaust and silencer, I got 4.6. Now all of these numbers, 4.9, 4.8, 4.6, are all within the realms of there could be errors. Like if I am 3 seconds out, or 5 seconds, or 10 seconds out, it makes a massive difference to the kilowatt rating output. Like if I'm like 5 seconds out, it makes a difference between 4.6 and 4.8. So it could just be purely margin of error, but basically it makes no difference to that output, unfortunately. What else did we get to? What else was my... it's like the things same as heating the water up with the heat exchanger attached and no heat exchanger. It doesn't make it almost makes no difference whatsoever to heating up the water. This time I kept the same 6 litres, so filled it with 6 litres and then ran a test, emptied it, put the heat exchanger on it, filled it back up with another 6 litres, and then took all the pipes off, replumbed it for the other way around, filled it with 6 litres, did the same test, and basically got the same readings. It made almost no difference whatsoever having the heat exchanger in the video. I did get a little bit of FLIR footage of it running. I think I'm going to put a 10-second video of it running. Sadly, I had the FLIR in the wrong mode. I had it set for it's like 0 to 400 and not 0 to 150, so it's a bit inaccurate in its reading, but I'll show you that now. So the best result I got from the heat exchanger was preheating the water out of the tank. Basically, filled the tank, 40 litres every time when I was testing, in all the various tests I did through the heat exchanger. The best one was 40 litre tank of cold water, through the heat exchanger, through its own heat exchanger, and then through the heat exchanger in the tank, and then out to the hot tap, and that gave the best results. But I did the maths, and I only managed to get I think 110 watts of heat transfer out of that heat exchanger. I don't know if it's something that's just the pump's pumping too fast or what it is. I do not know, and I will be honest that I no longer actually care. Basically, the camera nearly fell off its thing there. The Lavender / Webasto is doing as best a job as it can at heating the water up, and adding the heat exchanger doesn't really help in this situation of heating the water for domestic use. I could see a value in adding an exhaust heat exchanger if you were going to use the water from the exhaust heat exchanger to preheat your engine. Leave all of this in the domestic side of your camper van, and then just have a exhaust heat exchanger attached to all of the engine bits, and then basically you're taking any waste heat from this and using that to preheat your engine. That's probably about as good a use of the heat exchanger as I can think of, because it added, I think it was like 3 degrees of change of temperature to the water before it goes into its normal heat exchanger. I still think that could do with being bigger, but I did manage to get it to run, I think it was like 10 degrees water, and we never dropped below 30 degrees, or we didn't drop far below 30 degrees, running for a full 40 litre tank. So that's not bad going. That's not bad going, if I say so. But we're putting this to bed now. I've had enough. I'm going to drain it all and put it away for the winter. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. I might put a bit of coolant through it just to make sure the water doesn't freeze inside it. And we're going to move on to other projects that I want to do. So another project I have coming up, little brother's domestic dishwasher has ceased to heat water now. Not only does it not heat water, it also doesn't seem to care that it's not heating water. No matter what setting you set it to, between 30 degrees and 70 degrees, it doesn't heat up, and it also doesn't care that it's not heated up, it just runs anyway. So what we're going to do is turn it into a parts washer for the workshop. So we'll probably use a 40 litre tank filled with degreaser, and we'll have it, the dishwasher can pull water from probably a higher point in the tank, so that so all the shite and sediment and stuff can settle to the bottom of this tank, and it can pull clean degreaser through it. I might make another pump with filters to clean the water on a separate circuit, and we'll probably fish out one of those STC 1000 temperature control units, if I can remember where I put them, and put that on the thermostat, and just have, not on the thermostat, on the heating element in the dishwasher, and just have it completely separate to whatever program it thinks it's running, and it'll just heat the water up to whatever temperature we set it, because apparently it doesn't seem to give a fuck what the temperature is. That is one project. The next project I would like to work on is actually taking one of these toolboxes and building a diesel heater inside it, because it seems to be a pretty good fucking size. Hold on, let me see if I can scoot you in further. Hold on. Zoom down, damn it. The other zoom down. Right, can you get most of this in shot? So this is just an empty shell. There's nothing in this at the moment. But as you can see, it seems to fit in there rather well. If I was thinking, so there's that'll be the inlet and the exhaust ports at I was going to build them like right up against the side, so it can be on the side, have the glow plug on the top, so we don't get diesel leakage. And then there's like space in here for, God, I could maybe even get a lead acid battery in there as well, and then have leads coming from that going outside, so you can run it off external power, and then it still has its own power supply inside once the other one fails, etc., something like that. And then we just need some pipe work for the ends, maybe even get the fuel tank in here as well, battery in the fuel tank. Anyway, that's what I want to do for this bit. Portable diesel heater. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm just I'd quite like to make one. But yeah, and we're still fucking about with the self-powering diesel heater. So this one has now decided the temperature sensor on the housing has gone crazy, as just now the temperature in the workshop is 12 degrees and it's got a yellow bar, and it's trying to cool itself down because it thinks it's got hot, and it's absolutely not hot. So we'll need to fix that. I need to find, or perhaps I might even have to now buy another ECU and controller and set up again, but that's okay. So we're still doing that, but I've had enough of the water heater and the EGR and fucking about with that, so we're just gonna call it a day on that. I've got a few more things apart from the washing machine and putting diesel in a box. I've bought a new diagnostic equipment for testing the car, so I was going to give you a rundown of all the diagnostic things that I've bought in the past and show you them working. What was the other thing? I bought diagnostics. I'm sure there's something else I've got coming. I can't even remember what it is now. There's more stuff coming that I want to show you and do my usual unbiased reviews on things that companies are sending us, just to make more videos, because I enjoy making videos. I enjoy the process of making, creating and editing, and yeah, So, any questions, comments, suggestions, the usual rigmarole, just leave them down below. I'll read them, reply them, so on and so forth. And as always, thanks for watching.